Heyo everybody, Haku here with my predictions for this weekend's new Walking Dead episode, and it'll be Season 7 Episode 4, Service. And this is going to be another one where my predictions may be pretty darn short. They may be a little bit long. Depends on how much I talk about this, because I'm just going to talk through some ideas this week. This week I don't really have... It's hard. Some weeks with what we're given, it's kind of hard to make any specific timeline of guesses. This is just going to be some predictions of things that I want to see, things that I think we'll see, in a general order that maybe we'll see it in. I have no idea. Like I said, some of them are easier to predict or more linear. Some are pretty difficult to predict, and this is one of the more difficult ones for me. But it's going to be a 90-minute episode. I am so happy. Every episode for me could be 90 minutes. I'd be totally happy. I love... No, that was going to sound bad. I was feel like I love long things. Oh gosh. But yeah. I do hope we get to see Rick and his group return to Alexandria though. I want to... If we don't, I'll be fine with it, but I kind of hope we get to see them when they first return and how their first response is. And I want to see a little bit of them living through their lives there without Aberglen before Negan shows up for his first offering. But then we see maybe 15-20 minutes in. That'd be a good, like, maybe we get to see 15-20 minutes of them living there before Negan shows up. That would be nice. But then we see actually in one of the, one of the promos that Spencer, Eugene, and Rosita are at the gate. And Rosita has this attitude with Eugene. It's like, come on, Rosita. I thought we were over this crap. That is why people do not like your character. Just this stupid attitude, being rude to people for no good reason. But Negan arrives early, and I think once he gets there, he's going to kill that walker like we saw in one of the promos. And he's going to prove that now that I killed one of your people, now that we're working together, we're pretty much bros. We're working together now. Like, he's going to say, okay, I can be very helpful and very understanding and very agreeable now that we're working together. So, also another thing I want to see, I know I just complained about the way Rosita was treating Eugene, but I'd like to see Rosita... we see her in the woods. I don't know what that's all about in one of the promos, but I'd like to see her interact with Daryl and Dwight, because we do see that Daryl and Dwight are going to be there with Negan. I'd like to see her interact with them, since she was there with, since she was going with Daryl to try to find Dwight, since she was there when Dwight killed Denise. I'd like Rosita to interact with them some. Then... I think Negan will actually make Rick give a speech to the people introducing him, and that's what we're hearing, the whole Negan's in charge now. He may give that speech when he first shows back up there before Negan shows up or anything, but I think even if he does, Negan will probably make him give a speech to the Alexandrians introducing him. Also, I think we have the scene with Michonne taking the rifle. She shoots once. I have no idea what she's shooting at. I don't know. That's the thing that threw me off. I thought I had maybe some decent ideas where the episode might go, but then that throws me completely off. I have no idea what Michonne could be doing. My best thoughts are maybe she shoots a walker, and then maybe when Negan goes to leave, she acts like she's following him as he's leaving, like with the sight of the gun. Like she might shoot him, but then somebody, maybe Rick or somebody, puts his hand on her shoulder and is like, no, don't do it. It's not worth it. He's going to come back, or like they're going to come back and kill us if we do. So I think something like that would be kind of cool, but I have no idea. Also, Negan in one of the promos definitely says something to Rick that is threatening. It definitely scares him. Rick is scared about something while Negan's talking to him, and I don't know what it is. Again, it's one of those things where we don't have enough info, and it hasn't really been hinted at. I'm not totally sure. And then maybe after the Saviors leave, maybe we'll have a few more scenes, whether it's scenes with the Saviors on the road back to Sanctuary or getting back to Sanctuary, or whether it's scenes with Rick's group after they leave. I'm kind of hoping and kind of thinking we'll have a few scenes after they leave, especially if it's 90 minutes. And then next week, I think we'll have a Hilltop episode. I think that's pretty much been confirmed at this point. And a week after that, I think maybe then we'll finally get the Heath and Tara episode. We've got to have the Heath and Tara episode eventually, so maybe after next week's. Yeah, and that's all I've got there. So if you guys do not want to hear any potential comic spoilers, I would say go ahead and leave, like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Thank you so much for watching. But I have one last thing that I want to say, but it involves some comic spoilers, and I just don't want to, I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to use any comic spoilers until you guys click away if you care about that kind of stuff. Not show spoilers given, but some comic spoilers. Okay, so now hopefully you're gone if you don't want to hear this, but I'm still holding out hope that this episode we might see Carl go with the saviors, stow away with them like he did in the comics. I'm really hoping for that. Like, we just see maybe at the very, very end of the episode, Carl is hiding in one of the trucks or something. Something like that I want to see, because I still think that the Carl and Negan stuff needs to happen, and I think it would even make the stuff last episode seem even better, because we were told about the Iron, we were told about Negan's wives, we were told about all these different things, but we didn't actually get to see them. So I think it would be good if Carl stowed away with the saviors, and then maybe episode 7 or something, we get the episode of Carl going around with Negan inside the base. Maybe he kills some of Negan's men, then Negan takes him around, we actually get to see the Iron, we actually get to see his wives. I think that something like that would be really good, and I'm still holding out hope for that Negan and Carl storyline, even though we got a little bit of something somewhat similar with Daryl. So yeah, I think it's totally possible, because it gives, for comic Carl to go on that sort of revenge spree and try to stow away and get there makes sense. Doesn't make as much sense, but I could still kind of see it for comic Carl. But now they have Daryl with them, and I think that gives TV show Carl the reason to stow away and try to go there. Maybe he'll try to break Daryl out. I think that for me is hopefully that's building my confidence. Hopefully Carl will stow away there. So that's all I wanted to say about that, is I still have hope. I hope you guys still have some hope too. So like if you did like the video, that's all I got for this episode. Got tongue-tied. Comment down there. Tell me what you thought of my predictions. Tell me what your predictions are for this episode. Subscribe for more of The Walking Dead, both TV show, comics, and a ton of other things on the channel. Check it out, sub if you want. Follow on Twitter and like stuff there too if you want. And that's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.